I went no contact with my immediate family, and everybody wants to know about my brother, so let's talk about it. TikTok is on the fritz, so I don't know if you'll be able to see this on TikTok, but if you are, welcome. It's Trauma Tuesday. Grab your mug and check your tea color. What about your brother? Tell us about your brother. How's your brother? Is your brother nice? Is your brother normal? Do you talk to your brother? Let's talk about the brother. Now, I have my laptop out because we have a couple definitions to go over. We are going to talk about triangulation. Triangulation in siblings occurs when parents in conflict involve one or more children to diffuse their own tension. It can often involve pitting siblings against each other, using one child to pass messages, or forcing a child to take sides, often causing developmental and emotional distress. What that meant for me was I'm the oldest child. I'm 6 years older than my little brother, and I was always in the middle of everything to do with my parents' chaos. For the first 6 years of my life, it was just me, and my mom was emotionally and physically abusive with me. I would often run crying to my dad. That would turn into a fight between my parents. And then when my brother was born, you would think that maybe we would get really close and protect each other. No, we were pitted against each other by my mom. There are some other dynamics that tend to come into play with siblings, like the golden child and the scapegoat child. The golden child, pretty clear, can do no wrong, always seen in a positive light by the parents. The scapegoat child is a family member who's unfairly targeted with blame, criticism, and projected shame for a household's dysfunction. And it's interesting because on paper, I was an honor roll student, I did really well in school, I did all the clubs, extracurriculars, I was in the arts. You would think that I would have been the golden child, but my brother, who underperformed in school, was kind of a very bare minimum student and person, was absolutely the golden child in my parents' eyes. So it's kind of interesting. So we were pitted against each other from the get-go. My brother was never involved in my parents' disputes. He was not emotionally or physically abused the way that I was. And not to say that he didn't experience trauma. Having my parents as parents is traumatizing. We were just treated very, very differently. I would get screamed at and dragged down the stairs by my hair, and then my mom would put my brother in the car and take him to Toys R Us and then crinkle the Toys R Us bag by my door, talking about how much fun they had and how many toys she bought him. We grew up basically as strangers in the same home, and we were doomed from the get-go, so I'm not totally surprised that we don't have a relationship now into adulthood. And any conversations where I've tried to talk about my experience growing up with our parents, he doesn't want to see our parents like that, and that's valid, and so that's where we are today. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced anything similar to this.